When it comes to cottagecore, there's a lot of focus on appreciating nature and the little things in life. There's a lot of needlework, knitting, baking and gardening, as well as just spending time in nature. Funnily enough, these things are also good for your mental health, and I think they really helped me this past year. This won't be very scientific, but there's different kinds of happy chemicals. A lot of these activities hack into dopamine, aka the reward chemical. Your brain says, "Oh my god, you did a great job," and tada, you feel happy. Meanwhile, spending time amongst nature hacks into serotonin, the mood stabiliser. This is generally good for reducing anxiety and calming you down. It's very nice and peaceful. Back in lockdown 1, yes, we now have numbers for lockdowns because it's just not going well. I decided to really work on my mood and anxiety. Whenever my anxiety spiked, I went out in the garden and did some gardening. It was usually just trimming and cutting back brambles, but it really did help. Spending time in nature and doing something rewarding, a perfect combination of relaxing and feeling good about myself. Now is probably a good time to mention my advice probably won't help everyone. When it comes to mental health, it really does depend on the person and their situation and attitude. Recovery was only really possible for me as I escaped the situation holding me there, aka lockdown happened and school went bye-bye. I find that doing things like this, gardening or cleaning, really help me, and honestly, it's a really healthy coping mechanism, and as a result, my anxiety has really gone down. Here's a comparison of my results on this dumb quiz. It's kind of quite shocking to me, to be honest. Being surrounded by calming pastel colours like pink and white, and then earthy tones like brown and green, it's just so relaxing and calming. It's like being around nature almost. It's very soothing to me. And then there's just something about bright green. It's so happy and full of life. It just cheers me up. Green is definitely my favourite colour nowadays, and I need more of it. Wearing things that make you feel good about yourself and make you happy is also surprisingly important to your well-being. Finally, stepping away from attempting to be all kawaii and something that I just wasn't, and leaning towards something that was more me, more cottagecore as it is, was a really good stepping stone for me. I felt like I had finally found myself and who I really wanted to be. Cottagecore is an aesthetic that encourages you to get out and do things. There's not really many aesthetics that do that. A lot of it is just based on appearance, and that's one thing I just really appreciate about cottagecore. A lot of the time when we feel sad or anxious, we sit and do nothing because we simply feel so sick and horrid to do anything. However, that doesn't fix the problem, and it just leaves us stuck feeling like that. And honestly, that's quite a hard pill to swallow, to realise that you're not going to get better just sitting around. And, sometimes you do need a bit of a wake-up call when it comes to that. That's why I started to make myself do things, even if I felt too rough to do it, because I knew once I got up and moving, I would start feeling better again. I knew that sitting outside and feeling the sun against my skin would help me relax and feel refreshed. I knew that achieving a little task, doing something tactile, would make me feel good and proud of myself. Eventually, it all added up and I began to feel so much better. One thing that tends to happen when you're depressed is that you find yourself unable to enjoy the little things in life. You feel like the colour has just been sapped out the world. It's weird. It's hard to describe what it's like, but once it comes back, you suddenly realise just the difference. Cottagecore has always had an emphasis on appreciating the little things in life, like nature and the beauty of the world, even little things like having a cup of tea or reading a book. It's something that I forgot, and having that attitude and appreciation in the community really helped me learn to remember. Overall, I find cottagecore and the community really helped me find healthy coping mechanisms and learn to find joy in the world again, and honestly, I'm just really grateful for it.